All right, let's take a look at the other half of the double-header limited time series currently running. So this one, of course, is going to be about Honda Integra Type R Championship limited time series. So by completing this series by the 21st of December, that is Saturday for those of you guys on the eastern hemisphere of our planet. But for those of us on the Western Hemisphere, it'll be the Friday 20th. So, check your calendar. Make sure you don't wait too long to go through and win this. So you'll win the car plus 10 gold, which we will most likely going to have to spend to upgrade the car to meet the PR requirement, which according to Fire Monkeys, it's going to be 17. And this car's PR, actually, the base PR is ever so slightly higher than the Civic. So this one starts at 4.9. So, but of course, we have to go a little bit higher than the Civic as well. So we'll see if the cost of upgrading this car is going to be slightly higher because of that. And the cost of the car is slightly higher, definitely noticeably higher, actually. This one's 120 gold worth, unlike the Civic Type R, which is 80 gold. So, without further ado, let's check out the series here. Honda Integra Type R Championship. Earn a 1995 Honda Integra Type R by 100% completing this special limited time series. The incredible Integra was integral to inspiring Honda's impressive international inroads. Right here in North America, I believe Acura actually carried the Integra line. So that's how I've always known it. Acura Legend was pretty awesome car too. And then Integra was the little, quick roadster type that was pretty fun. But of course, in Japan, it was Honda that carried the Integra line, and I don't know what it was in Europe or elsewhere in the world. So anyway, we know what it's all about. All right, so here is the breakdown of 10 gold rewards total, broken down into 25% completion reward. Once again, just like Civic Type R, you get a single gold reward for 25% completion, and double that for 50%, and 3 gold for 75% completion. And of course, if you're running through this limited time series, you want to go for the 100%. So I don't think events are going to be terribly difficult. Typically, the limited time series events are not challenging on their own unless there's some sort of a glitch. We've had those occasionally. So anyway, so you definitely want to go for the 100% completion, because that's where the big reward that is worth your time is going to be at. The 120 gold worth car plus the remaining 4 gold, right? Anyway, once again, 15 tiers, which I think is about 10 more tiers than what car of this PR needs. But of course, they kind of standardized this, so here we are. All right, for this, we'll use gold to complete the series immediately, so we can check out or confirm the PR requirement, and how much it's gonna cost, and all that usual stuff that we talk about in these videos. All right, so base PR 4.9. Right, let's check out the final tier 15 cup, which is going to be at Hockenheim National. 3 laps, and the PR requirement is 17. All right, so time to check out the upgrades. Look at that, 5300. Let me compare this with the Honda. This sounds awfully familiar. The Civic, of course it's Honda. 10-minute R&D and 5300. This is same as the Civic Type R. Look at that. All right. That's all right by me. And 4,900 racing dollars for Drivetrain, so that's same as well. And then body 3,900. Okay, I see where they're going. Suspension 4,500. So far, this first tier upgrades are looking identical to that of Civic Type R. Brakes 3,500. And tires and wheels 4,200. Yeah, that is exactly the same. All right. Let's see how far this pushes up our PR. And it brings up to 8.9. All right, so let's punch the number in. 8.9. Come on. And that is the PR increase of, well, we started at 4.9, so exact 4-point PR increase. All right, so that is a little bit bigger PR boost than we got in the Civic Type R. All right, I like where it's going. Maybe we get the same gold cost, second tier. Well, we wouldn't be that lucky, would we now? Okay, that's where they're gonna get us. It's the gold upgrades. Of course, they understand gold is the currency that matters. All right, fair. So 10 gold for engine. Fine, let's get it. And then it does unlock the third tier racing dollar upgrades, just like how things are with these new cars in the game. And drivetrain is another 10 gold. All right, so engine and drivetrain, same cost. Interesting. Body is gonna cost me 8 gold here. And suspension is 9. And exhaust, is that gonna be 9 as well? Yes. And then brakes, we got 7. And then tires and wheels, another 8 there. So that is a total cost of 61 gold. So it is a little bit pricier to upgrade this car. And that does bring the PR up to 13. All right, so that is a PR boost of 4.1. All right. And then we need another 4 PR points to reach the required number. So we're on track, as you might expect. 3 upgrades across the board seems like it'll do it. And then third tier racing dollar upgrades, 1 hour R&D, just like it was in Civic Type R, and 12,000. Let me double check this. Yeah, this is once again same. So are the racing dollar costs going to be identical to Civic? All right, so that's 11,100. All right, let's see. Okay, then moving on to body, 8,800. Okay, so far it seems this is same as the Civic Type R, isn't it? So 10,200 for suspension, exhaust 10,100 for exhaust, and then 7,800 for brakes, and tires and wheels 9,400. And when you are done with this, does that bring it up to 17? Yep, it does. So, all right, 3 upgrades across the board for the total cost of 61 gold. And let's see, first tier racing dollar upgrades, total cost was 30,800. And the third tier racing dollar upgrades, the 1 hour upgrade, those were 69,400. So the total cost 100,200 racing dollars. Now, is that really same as the Civic? Yeah, it is, isn't it? All right, well, now we know. So that's the upgrade that you need to know. Now let's run through or check out skim over the series itself, events, and see what we got. Tier 1, we got autocross at Bugatti Circuit, elimination at Mount Panorama. Now, Mount Panorama is a good track for elimination if you don't want to run very far. Because right at cutting, you can just park yourself on the inside corner and just have everybody stop right there. So that's as far as you'll need to race if you want to spare yourself some extra service bars. And Tier 1 Cup is going to be a Circuit of the Americas National Circuit, single lap, no PR requirement in Tier 1. Moving on to Tier 2, we got Endurance at Suzuka East. Tier 2, how far would you run? Typically like 5-6 kilometers, I think, because bots obviously haven't had that much chance to be trained quite that far. At least that's my assumption, or my yeah, that'll be my guess. And then Hunter is going to be at Porsche Test Track, short road circuit, so that's not terribly long. And then the Tier 2 Cup is going to be at Mazda Raceway, just a single lap with the PR requirement of 7.2. So obviously you need some of those first tier racing dollar upgrades to reach that from 4.9 base PR. Tier 3, we got Speed Snap at Melbourne, Speed Record at Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, so that's a full lap that you gotta do. And then the Cup for Tier 3 is going to be at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix, single lap with the PR requirement of 8.2. Was it really 8.2? So you need more than the first tier upgrades to get past the Tier 3. That's unusual. Although, I mean, the whole thing here is a bit unusual, isn't it? You know, with a base PR of 4.9, we don't come across these cars very frequently. Anyway, we got Tier 4 head-to-head at Dubai Hill, single lap. And we got a drag race, of course, we got to have one of those. It's going to be at Monza Road Course. And then Cup for Tier 4, it's going to be a Daytona road course with the PR requirement of 9.1. Wait a minute. I was looking at the wrong car. I was looking at the Civic specs. Yeah, never mind. Tier 3, you can get through that with the first tier racing dollar upgrades, because for Integra, your PR is up to 8.9, not 8.0. I take that back. But the Tier 4, we do have a PR requirement of 9.1, which means you need some of those gold upgrades to get past the 25% completion, as you might expect, for that reward of single gold. All right, then moving on to Tier 5, we got Hunter at Mazda Raceway, elimination at Spa, and the Cup for Tier 5 is going to be the Hockenheim Short, 3 laps with the PR requirement of 9.9. All right, Tier 6, we got head-to-head at Silverstone International, single lapper, autocross at Catalunya Club. All right, I wonder how long it'll take this car to do that. I feel like it'll take like closer to 20 seconds for this car. It is the shortest of the autocrosses in the entirety of the games. You know, some of the faster cars can wrap that up like 10-12 seconds. So yeah, that's a pretty awesome when you have autocross annihilation that you can run anywhere. Pick your fastest car that can run autocross at the Catalunya Club and you're set. Anyway, I digress. Okay, back to the limited time series here. Tier 6 Cup is going to be at Berlin, 3 laps, and the PR requirement is 10.7. All right, Tier 7, we got Endurance at Brands Hatch, Speed Snap at Hockenheim Grand Prix, and the Cup is going to be at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit. 2 laps with the PR requirement of 11.4. All right, halfway point. Tier 8. Hunter at Monza Junior course. Elimination at Daytona Motorcycle course. And the Cup at Silverstone Grand Prix. And we got double lapper Cup now at Grand Prix circuit with a PR requirement of 12.1. So yeah, about the halfway point, we start getting a little bit longer races. Tier 9, we got autocross at the 24-hour circuit, Le Mans, and endurance at the Leipzig Dynamic circuit, and Cup is going to be at Dubai National, triple lap Cup with a PR requirement of 12.8. All right, moving on. Tier 10, we got another installment of drag race, this one at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. Yeah, speed record at Suzuka East, and that's another one of those circuits that if you are struggling, you can always turn around at the beginning of the event to extend your longest straight, which is your pit straight, past the finish line. Basically go all the way into the first corner, flat out. You should be able to win that. Anyway, then Cup is going to be a Catalunya Grand Prix. Once again, double lap Grand Prix Cup with the PR requirement this time 13.4. All right, let's move on. Tier 11, head-to-head at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix single lap head-to-head. Autocross at Mount Panorama, and the Cup at Indianapolis Road Course. Triple lap Cup with a PR requirement of 14.1. All right, Tier 12, we got Speed Snap at Spa, Elimination at Berlin, and the Cup at Melbourne. 4 laps, boy, with a PR requirement of 14.8. This is getting a bit longer here. Tier 13, we got Hunter at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix, so that's a full lap. Head-to-head at Catalunya National. All right, that's a good one. I'm expecting a single lap, yep. And then Cup at Silverstone National, 4 laps with the PR requirement of 15.5. Right, moving on, Tier 14, we got Autocross at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit. Anything at Nürburgring is going to take longer, just so you know. Even though Sprint Circuit itself isn't terribly long, I think Autocross, you might have to run nearly all of it for Autocross. Anyway, then we got a speed record at Daytona, the road course, so that's a full lap. And the Cup for Tier 14 is going to be Suzuka Grand Prix. 2 laps with the PR requirement of 16.3. All right, and then of course the final tier, we got Speed Snap at Brands Hatch. That one possibly might require you to service the car. Sometimes Speed Snap at Brands Hatch can be a little tricky unserviced, depending on how well you've trained your bots. But even when you have trained your bots well, we'll see how it turns out. Anyway, then we got elimination at the 24-hour circuit, Le Mans. And then the final Cup, of course, as we looked at it earlier, it's going to be at Hockenheim National. 3 laps with the PR requirement of 17, which you can meet by getting 3 upgrades across the board. 21 upgrades total for the cost of 61 gold and some 100,200 racing dollars. Right. So there you have it. The part of the doubleheader limited time series currently running through, once again, the December 21st Saturday or December 20th Friday, depending on where you are in the world. So yeah, and then next we will, I guess, pick a car and run through this limited time series. Try to get it done. Right, and one more thing regarding this car. If you guys didn't watch my video on the Civic Type R limited time series overview video, This car is the other car that is featured in the bonus series in Pro M section, VTEC for Victory, right? So there it is. When was the last time you raced a race in Pro M section of your game? Huh? I bet it's been a while. Anyway, yeah, so VTEC for Victory is the series that features the two currently running limited time series cars. But between the two, Integra Type R is the one that's going to be able to reach the PR 19.3 that is required to complete the series. But because, of course, this is a bonus series, you'll need both cars for 100% completion because of that whole showcase event and time trial and so on, right? So anyway, just a quick note on that once you win the car. But we'll have to run through to do that. So in the next video coming up, we'll do just that. So stay tuned for the next video where I'm going to try to run through one of these limited time series. We'll see which one I choose. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.